I wanted to start this channel for quite some time now, but just haven't really got around to it. I did meet someone at the Warhammer Total War EGX, and she has inspired me to start my own channel. So here I am. Wanted to start a channel on mainly Warhammer 8th edition. I'm well aware that it's pretty much a dead game right now, but there is a lot of us out there that still love it, that still like it, that still play it. I will also be doing battle reports on 8th edition, 40k, 30k, and anything to do with the whole Games Workshop company, I guess. Currently, I'm running a Warhammer Fantasy 8th edition campaign. There's currently 6 of us, with 2 more people joining. I currently have a Clan Pestilence army for Skaven, for Fantasy. For a themed army, it's been doing great. I've got to be honest, I've been really enjoying it, and every game that I had has been really fun. So I will talk about the campaign a bit more, probably in my next video, show you what the army's like, and all that jazz. I also run Night Lords for 30k. I have about 3,000 or 4,000 points worth of Night Lords. Once again, it's a themed army revolved around terror tactics, terror assault. For 40k, I have a tower army. Once again, I will be doing a video to show what my tower army is like. Maybe talk about some tactics if anybody is interested. I'm also going to be doing painting tutorials and showing you guys how I do my miniatures and see what you think. Back when I started Fantasy, I wasn't really good. This was a good 12 years ago. And I started with Orcs and Goblins, and I was very excited. I was 11 then, and I've got to say, my first box of Orcs and Goblins was a really exciting purchase. It was a really exciting purchase. It was about £18 back then, I think. And every month I try and save up some money to try and expand my army bigger and bigger. And eventually I managed to get, I think it was a 1,000 point army. Started going into stores, playing some games, and I've got to be honest, I was getting my ass handed to me really badly. I was losing pretty much all my games. I don't think I won a single game. Tried probably about 15-20 games. Eventually ended up giving up because just got so demoralised and just couldn't take the losing, I guess. I came back into the hobby probably 6 months later, maybe a year, something like that, with 40k. Tried to do Necrons. I'm not sure what edition Necrons it was back then, but it was the one where if you lost 75% of your forces, the rest of it phased out, I believe. And yeah, it was, once again, I faced all sorts of armies, Space Marines, Tyranids, everything that you can think of back then, and once again, I was really bad. I think I won 2 or 3 games out of about, once again, 10-15, and I honestly just wasn't having much luck. At which point I've given up on the hobby again because, being a kid, not having a lot of money, and then honestly back then I don't know, I just lost all interest in it, losing so many games. Just ended up moving away from it and not doing it for a while. Once again, 6 months down the line, I've restarted the hobby again with Space Marines, and I've started actually, doing a bit better and enjoying my games a bit more. I've somehow improved. I don't know whether it's because I've, really thought about the new tactics or the new way to use the army, or maybe the Necrons just wasn't an army for me altogether. Not really sure. But I started doing much better. Got back into fantasy. Can't remember what army it was. I think I had dwarves. Then I met a couple of guys who became really close friends with me. One of the guys is still, I'm friends with him. He's one of my best friends. At that point, he had high elves, and I obviously had my dwarves. I had my first game with him, and I won it. And from that point onwards, I've pretty much my tactics have improved, my knowledge of Warhammer in general improved, and I've really started enjoying my games from that point onwards. I started winning a lot more, and it was great. It was really great. Downside of it all is I get bored of armies really easily. It's not even the fact that I get bored of them. Sometimes people end up complaining about an army that I have. I have had several themed armies and non-themed armies as well. And people basically wasn't enjoying playing them, so I ended up selling them, buying another army, trying to theme it, and then somehow I make another themed army work, and once again people moan about it. So end up selling it again, and I have done that since the start of my hobby about 30 times. Yes, I have had about 30 different armies since the start of my hobby up till now. And yeah, I mean, my most favourite armies have been Tau Empire, before they were made one of the more competitive armies. I really enjoyed using them. They were a real challenge to me. Really enjoyed using them. When the new book came out, I was like, wow, the things I can do with that. And I did, and people basically ended up rage quitting half the time, so I ended up selling that Tower army. And can't remember what I bought. I think I had Tyranids. It wasn't themed, but it was a very tournament based army. Purely used for tournaments really. Did end up getting rid of that as well, like I said. People just weren't enjoying it. I am trying to play more for fun now, and well, say trying, yeah, I am trying my best. With my clan Pestilence, out of about 6 games that I've had, I've only lost 1 or 2, so it's alright, not too bad. But yeah, I've had a few different armies, so I could definitely talk about different tactics for each army if people are interested. I'm also prepared to show different painting techniques that I do. I can't say I'm the world's best painter, but I have painted for over 12 years now, and I've come a long way, I'd say. I mean, I used to not even bother using the Games Workshop paints because, once again, I couldn't afford them. I ended up buying a box of acrylic paints, and honestly, my orcs, the first army that I did, were awful. There was loads of paint on them, and I didn't really ask for help that much because I was quite shy about it for some reason. So yeah, but as the time went on, it just changed literally in a click of the finger. It changed, and I just suddenly started getting better and better and better. And from that point onwards, I used Games Workshop paints. Obviously used the black and white spray paints that were supplied back then, and the painting has improved a lot. I can probably say I'm at about medium level. I've got a guy here. He's not finished at the moment, but he's one of the fantasy characters. I really like him. I do like him. I will be showing you all of my other armies, and yeah, that's about it for today. So I'm going to try and do some more videos depending on what you guys are interested in, whether it be fantasy, 40k or 30k. Whatever you guys are interested in, let me know. I will show you my armies, tell you about my tactics, and tell you how I paint them if so want. Okay, see you later.